Did you know your garden's beauty could be at risk? It's a paradise, a sanctuary, a place where vibrant, healthy flowers bloom and flourish. But beneath this idyllic facade, hidden dangers lurk. Aphids, slugs, powdery mildew, black spot. These are just a few of the common threats that could jeopardize the health and beauty of your garden. But don't worry, there's no need to despair. Stay with us to discover how to protect your garden's splendor. To protect your garden, you first need to know your enemy. The enemies that pose the greatest threat to your flowers are pests and diseases. They can turn your vibrant garden into a lifeless patch if not identified and handled promptly. Let's start with pests. Aphids, tiny insects that feed on plant sap, are common culprits. They're often green but can also be black, red, or yellow. Aphids tend to cluster on the undersides of leaves, so keep an eye out for them. They can stunt growth, cause leaves to yellow and curl, and even transmit diseases. Next up, slugs. These slimy little creatures love to munch on tender plant leaves. If you notice irregular hole-ridden leaves or a sticky silvery residue, you might have a slug problem. Now let's move on to diseases. Powdery mildew is a common fungal disease that manifests as a white powdery coating on leaves, stems, and flowers. It can slow growth and even kill your plants if left untreated. Another widespread disease is black spot. True to its name, this fungus causes black or dark brown spots on leaves, often with a yellow ring around them. If left unchecked, it can cause leaves to drop prematurely, weakening your plants. But how can you identify these threats early? Regular monitoring is key. Take a walk through your garden often, looking closely at your plants. Check both sides of leaves and look for any changes in color, texture, or growth. For pests, you might notice tiny insects, chewed leaves, or a sticky residue. For diseases, look for discolored or spotted leaves, stunted growth, or wilting plants. Early morning is a good time for this, as many pests are more active then. Also, remember to check your plants after rainfall, as wet conditions can encourage the spread of diseases. It's also a good idea to familiarize yourself with the common pests and diseases in your area. This can help you know what to look out for. For instance, if you know that black spot is common in your region, you can regularly check your roses, as this disease particularly affects them. Keep in mind that healthy plants are less likely to fall victim to pests and diseases. So ensure your plants are well nourished and watered, but avoid overwatering, as this can lead to fungal diseases. And remember, not all bugs are bad. Ladybugs, for example, are natural predators of aphids, so don't be too quick to wage war on all insects. Recognizing these pests and diseases early can make all the difference. With this knowledge, you're well equipped to protect your garden's beauty, ensuring it remains a vibrant, colorful sanctuary for you to enjoy. Now that you know your enemy, let's move on to the first line of defense. Stay tuned. Prevention is better than cure, especially when it comes to garden pests and diseases. This age-old saying rings especially true when we talk about maintaining the health and beauty of your garden. But how exactly can we put this into action? Let's delve into the first line of defense against pests and diseases. Preventative measures. The initial step in prevention is proper planting. This means giving your plants the right start, right from the very beginning. It's essential to ensure that your flowers are planted in the appropriate soil type and that they're getting the right amount of sunlight. For instance, roses thrive in well-drained soil and full sun, while impatiens prefer shade and well-aerated soil. So before you plant, do a little research to understand what your flowers need to flourish. Now, let's talk about resistant flower varieties. Yes, you heard it right. Certain types of flowers are naturally resistant to specific pests and diseases. For instance, marigolds are known to deter nematodes, while geraniums can repel leafhoppers. When you're choosing flowers for your garden, consider those varieties that are less prone to common garden problems. This doesn't mean your garden will be entirely pest-free, but it does give you a significant advantage. Moving on, let's discuss another critical aspect of prevention: garden hygiene. This might sound a bit odd. After all, how can a garden be clean or dirty? Well, garden hygiene is all about maintaining a healthy environment for your plants. It involves practices like regularly removing fallen leaves and other garden debris, which can harbor pests and diseases. It also includes properly sanitizing your gardening tools to prevent the spread of pathogens. Another essential part of garden hygiene is practicing crop rotation. This is especially important if you're growing vegetables alongside your flowers. Crop rotation involves changing the type of plants grown in a particular area each season. This practice helps to break the life cycle of pests and diseases, preventing them from becoming established in your garden. Lastly, let's not forget about regular monitoring. Keeping a close eye on your garden allows you to spot the early signs of trouble. Look for changes in your plants, such as discoloration, wilting, or unusual growth patterns. If you spot something that seems off, it's better to address it sooner rather than later. Remember, prevention isn't a one-time deal. It's an ongoing process that needs to be incorporated into your gardening routine. It might seem like a lot of work, but trust us, it's worth the effort. A little bit of prevention can save you a lot of trouble down the line. With these preventative measures, you can stop the problem before it starts. So roll up your sleeves, get out there, and give your garden the protection it needs to stay vibrant and healthy. Even the best prevention strategies can fall short, but don't worry, we've got you covered. So you've done your best to prevent pests and diseases, but somehow they've found their way into your garden. It's a common situation, but it's not the end of the world. With the right treatment, you can reclaim your garden and restore its health. Let's start with natural treatments. These are often eco-friendly and can be quite effective. One such method is to introduce beneficial insects into your garden. Ladybugs, lacewings, and parasitic wasps are all natural predators to harmful pests. They can help control the population of aphids, mites, and other pests that might be wreaking havoc on your plants. Another natural treatment is using homemade sprays. A simple mixture of dish soap and water can deter a number of pests. For fungal diseases like powdery mildew and black spot, a baking soda and water mixture can be an effective solution. Always remember to test these solutions on a small portion of your plant first to ensure they don't cause harm. But sometimes, despite our best efforts, natural methods may not be enough. This is where chemical treatments come into play. There's a wide range of commercial products available, from insecticidal soaps to fungicides. These can be very effective, but it's crucial to use them responsibly. Always read and follow the instructions on the label. Overuse can harm your plants and the surrounding environment. And remember, some pests and diseases can become resistant to these treatments if they're used too frequently. One last thing to remember is that treatment isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous process. Regularly check your plants for signs of pests or disease, and treat as necessary. The quicker you catch these issues, the easier they'll be to manage. So there you have it. With the right natural and chemical treatments, you can regain control of your garden. It might take some time and effort, but the results are well worth it. Remember, treating your garden promptly can save your plants and restore your garden's health. A healthy garden is a beautiful garden. It's a testament to the delicate balance between nature and nurture, a celebration of life's resilience and adaptability. To maintain this balance, we must be diligent in our gardening practices. Early identification of pests and diseases is crucial. The sooner we spot the signs, the sooner we can act. Aphids, slugs, powdery mildew, black spot. They may seem insurmountable, but they're not. With the right knowledge, we can tackle these challenges head-on. Prevention is always better than cure, remember? Proper planting, using resistant flower varieties, and maintaining garden hygiene can go a long way in keeping our gardens safe from these threats. And when prevention fails, we have treatment solutions at our disposal. Natural remedies, chemical treatments. There's a wide range of options to help us regain control of our gardens. Apply these practices to enjoy a healthy, vibrant garden. What's your biggest garden challenge? Comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gardening tips and tricks.